National Basketball Association. The hosts would refer to it as the best league in sports, bringing you the latest NBA news, updates, and opinions. It's time for Double Tech with Derrell H.B. Young and Christian Weaver.
Welcome to Double Tech. I am Derrell H.B. Young.
I am Christian Weaver.
And we thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of Double Tech. Can I call this the All-Star Week edition? Is that actually accurate?
Trade Deadline All-Star Special.
So much going on.
Yeah, since we missed last week, we're going to recap the trade deadline and a few other things.
I'll take full blame for that. It's okay. You can be mad at me. But once again, we are in here with the stream going, as well as recording for Spotify and all the other ways you can hear the podcast. So right now the cameras are in our faces and we're going to have a good time. Like you said, it's so much going on. Trade deadline hotness popped off. So many big things happen. The All-Star weekend is upon us and we just got a lot to get to this show. But, you know, as we always start off every Double Tech, we always talk about what's the big story. Are we like in agreement that there's one really big story going on this week or last week, I should say?
Yeah, Mike Muscala went to the Celtics.
Oh, dude, game changing. I swear it was.
But no, Kevin Durant getting dealt.
That's insane, dude.
That's the big story because I went to sleep. Was it Wednesday night, I believe? I went to sleep Wednesday night. I actually went to sleep kind of early. And I woke up and Kevin Durant was a Phoenix Sun.
Dude, I swear I thought somebody was trolling. I'm dead serious. I was making sure that the actual site didn't have like a Z where the S was supposed to be or something crazy like that. Because I was like, there's no way. Because it happened at like, what, freaking 1 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, like 1 or 2.
That's insane. Insane.
So in that trade, the Suns received Kevin Durant and TJ Warren.
Nice.
Goes back to the Suns where he first started. The Nets got Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson. They got Jay Crowder, who was rerouted to the Bucks. Deal. And they also got 4 first-round picks.
Jeez.
And did they get 4 picks?
Did they? 1, 2, 3.
Looks like 3 picks and a swap.
Yeah, and a first-round pick swap. So yeah.
And then another first-round pick and
jeez.
Yeah.
So many picks, man. My God.
Couple second-round picks. The second-round picks was the real story of the deadline. People were just throwing second-round picks like crazy.
Because they're not worried about it. I mean, something may come from a second-round pick, but let's keep it a buck. Most of the time, you're going to be okay kind of dealing those off. But.
So you add Kevin Durant to a team that has Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Chris Paul in their starting lineup, and then who's their 5th starter? Who would you think would take that spot?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. But the thing about it is, I feel like, what was it? I guess it was Chris Paul talking. You could almost see the excitement in his face just without really just breaking because they do have Kevin Durant now in their lineup, which when is he coming back, actually?
It'll be after All-Star break.
That's what I thought.
So, which is this week.
Which is hilarious. But yeah, dude, it's to put him in that position on Phoenix and to make a team that was already, you know, pretty good team. The favorites in the West.
Well, I think they're
the league
betting odds favorites now in the league. So they're a favorite. I saw a lot of people saying, you know, how does this affect their depth and stuff like that?
Yeah.
They got rid of Mikal Bridges, who was a starter.
And he loves Phoenix, by the way. Which
so that wasn't, you know, that doesn't really affect your depth if you're getting rid of a starter. Mm-hmm. You're moving out Mikal. You're moving in Kevin Durant.
I'd say that was pretty
it's a positive.
On that, yes,
and then
no doubt.
You got rid of Cam Johnson, who did come off the bench and was a good player, so that's part of your depth.
Yeah.
And then you got rid of Jay Crowder, who doesn't really play. Who didn't play. He didn't play at all this year.
He didn't play at all? He played some.
No, not at all this year.
No, for real?
Because they've been trying to trade him since last summer.
Good gosh.
But so really, you only messed up your depth by getting rid of Cameron Johnson. That's it.
That's it.
And their depth isn't great, but it's kind of like the post 2017 KD Warriors, where their depth was or post 2016 maybe, where their depth was pretty suspect, but their starters were so good that it didn't matter.
And I feel like that's not to say that they can't do anything off the bench, but they really are betting on their starters. Like, come on.
I mean, you got Kevin Durant and Devin Booker and Chris Paul. I don't think your offense is going to be hurting any. You're probably the best offensive team in the league.
I think it has to be. It has to be right now. And when Kevin Durant comes back, and speaking of in the West, you got boy John Moran. He's good in the West, though.
He's good in the West. I don't think he's good in the West anymore.
He's good. Dude, Side note, you saw what CJ McCollum said, didn't you? He said,
all this because John Morant said he's good in the West.
Yes. So yes, you can blame him for all this because we'll get to the other pickups.
When their West record wasn't really that good to begin with.
But see, man, don't get me started on him because dude, it's so much to say about that kid. But we'll get to him later. But yeah, man, with Phoenix, you go from being really good to being a favorite.
Great, yeah.
In the West, and as far as championship, I don't know what their championship odds are, but dude, that's
I think they're on the top of it.
That's a scary team.
Yeah. Also, for the people that crave old school basketball or miss it, you may want to watch the Suns because they may be the best mid-range shooting team of all time.
I could see that.
When you put Chris Paul and Kevin Durant and Devin Booker on the same team.
Oh my gosh.
They all thrive in the mid-range.
I'm a big fan of the mid-range. I gotta admit, I love just that area right there where nice, calm two-pointer gets the job done, nothing too flashy. So I like that. But dude, they're really gonna be somewhat unstoppable in that mid-range. And I would love to see it. Or I'm gonna love to see it whenever Kevin Durant does get back. I think you look at Phoenix now and it's let me see where my standings at. I got it somewhere because they were, right there anyway. It's of course the Nuggets are at the top of the conference, but Phoenix is right there in the hunt, just as far as in the top 4 or 5. So they're right there.
They're at 5th right now. Okay, 31-27.
Yeah. So, but then you add KD to an already good team. I just that becomes a bad matchup for anybody, obviously. Oh, yeah. So now you look at Phoenix as a team that I was like, oh man, I'll take on Phoenix. I don't mind matching up with Phoenix. I do not want to.
Don't want to play Phoenix now.
Like that's so crazy how that turned around, and it happened so fast. But with everything going on in Brooklyn, I'd say Kevin Durant's in a good place.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Which I think a lot of people aren't talking about Brooklyn all that much, but Brooklyn will be fun to watch too now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they don't have Kevin, they don't have Kyrie, but that's a really long team and they're going to be really good defensively. And
hey, we're
they couldn't trade everybody and just bottom out and be the worst team in the league because they don't own their picks. Houston owns their picks.
Man, that's us.
So there's no benefit to them bottoming out.
Mm. But dang.
So they're going to be like competitive night in, night out because there's no point in being bad.
Yeah. Well, they have like you said, they didn't just completely destroy their team. They actually picked up some nice pieces, and they're going to be fun to watch. Speaking of, Spencer Dinwiddie, who came back to town and was like, dude, this is my home. I freaking love it. So he's been playing well.
You got Dinwiddie, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Playboy Claxton, which is Nick Claxton.
Yes.
And you got Ben Simmons. Benjamin Simmons.
How's he doing these days?
Not great.
Dude, what happened? Okay, before we keep moving on through the trades, we always talk about the big three and how everything went down. And you've heard James Harden talk about he doesn't look so crazy now. He kind of saw the writing on the wall. He knew what was about to happen, and he went ahead and got out of there. But now you look at it, after they got rid of James Harden and they moved Ben Simmons in and they talk about how good this team could be. What becomes of Ben Simmons now?
Well, if rumors are to be believed, he has no trade value across the league.
I could see that.
So
I could see that. But it's like
they got to hope that you can get Ben Simmons of old back, I guess, because right now, he's kind of a waste of $35 million.
Oh my gosh, $35 million? Gee, that's insane.
Should mention, I guess we talked about Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving being traded, but Kyrie Irving was traded for Spencer Dinwiddie, who we mentioned, and Dorian Finney-Smith, who is one of the better 3-and-D players in the league, and a 2029 first-round pick and 2 future second-round picks.
And don't forget, Markieff Morris was also a part of that deal, who headed to Mavericks with Kyrie. So he said he wanted to go with him. He did.
Did he end up going?
Did he? No, they didn't change that out. Don't tell me I missed that. Because he was excited about going with
he is.
Okay, because he was excited about going with Kyrie. He said that whenever he found out he was getting traded, he was hoping he was going with him because he wanted to get out of that Brooklyn situation as well. What happened?
The Brooklyn experiment was a failure.
Because
there's no other way to really put it.
I don't understand, like, apparently, and like James Harden said, there was stuff going on that he won't speak about, which could be anything. Who really knows? But you hear everybody talk about it. It's like it's some underlying issues going on.
Yeah, it's
there
like
other than
everybody
ball.
wanted to get out of Brooklyn.
Yeah. So, like, what's really going on? Because I would like to just think it was an experiment that didn't work. But the more people talk, it seems all bad. Locker room and all, just the whole organization as a whole. Like, what was going on? I wonder if we'll ever know. But I mean, it's still a handful of players still in Brooklyn. So maybe we'll find out something. But yeah, Kyrie to Dallas. How you feel about that one, man? How does Luka feel about that?
Luka loves it.
Yeah, he does.
And I like it. I mean, you finally get Luka. Kyrie Irving's by far the best player he's ever played with.
Oh, easy.
And a lot of people questioned if they could really play together because they do a lot of their best work on ball. Mm-hmm. But Kyrie Irving, I mean, he played with LeBron. Yeah. He played with Kevin Durant. He played with James Harden for a couple games.
Couple games. Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
Kyrie Irving knows how to play off ball.
He does.
And if you watch the Mavericks' first few games with him, he's done great off ball.
Yeah.
And, of course, he is very good at ISO as well. But I kind of look at this as him kind of playing with LeBron James in Cleveland. Playing with Luka is kind of similar to that.
Oh, yeah.
Where, LeBron's he's going to have the ball most of the time. Luka's going to have the ball most of the time.
Yeah.
But Kyrie Irving knows how to play off ball because he's been in those situations with LeBron or KD. So.
And right now, I mean, they're pretty much saying, and Kyrie's saying, all the right things. His team, it doesn't matter who takes the last shot. We're going to take the best shot. I mean, that's what you're supposed to say. But yes, they're both in a good position to kind of take the pressure off the other player too. So it works out.
I don't think Kyrie really has to do anything different. Luka's going to have to learn how to play a little bit off ball, which he did before he got to the NBA. But since he's got to the NBA, it's like, his usage rate's like 38%. It's historic.
But he really, like I said, he's had no choice because now Kyrie being the best player he's ever played with, it definitely can take some of the pressure off of his shoulders. And there's no drop. It's not like you're handing it to somebody and it's like, oh gosh, give it back to Luka. It's like, no, as the kids say, let him cook because he's gonna. I mean, it's freaking Kyrie Irving, but I don't know, man. I really like that Dallas connection down there with Kyrie and Luka.
Yeah, that's really nice. And then you got Christian Wood, who they didn't trade, and there was rumors of them trying to trade him and stuff like that. Oh, man, he's the second best player that Luka's ever played with.
Yeah, I mean that's actually right. So what? Dallas, they're right there too. They're number 4, actually tied same record as Phoenix right now. So you look at both of those teams.
So they're 4 and 5 in the West right now. If the playoffs started today, we would get a Mavericks versus Suns matchup, which would be amazing.
Oh, I can't wait.
In the first round.
Hey, those teams, they kind of need to stay right where they're at because oh my God.
I want to see that first round. That would be amazing.
Oh, I want to see that. Like, don't save that for the Western Conference Finals. Give me that early because that's definitely going to be a good series. But do we have any, there are a handful of other pickups and trades before the deadline. Yeah, I guess those are the 2 notable ones.
Yeah, those are the 2 biggest ones, but we can go through the rest of them.
The one I want to talk about.
Yeah, we'll save that for last.
Okay.
But the few other, I guess we'll just go through them all and kind of give our ideas on it. The Bucks got Jay Crowder for 5 second-round picks.
Jeez. Like, it's insane. Like, so many picks moved.
The Pacers got George Hill coming back home to Indiana. Not really back home because he started with the Spurs, but he was part of the Kawhi Leonard deal.
Oh, yeah. I think George Hill, like, now. It's so funny because I remember him part of the Spurs, but I do think Pacers now when I see George Hill.
Yeah, because he was part of that Pacers team that had Paul George and Roy Hibbert.
Oh, boy.
And
they should have went so far.
David West, and who was the other starter?
Who was it?
Lance. Was it Lance?
Was it?
I think it was Lance.
I think it was. Dude, that was a nice little squad. Wasn't that the year that Paul George power passed LeBron and dunked on Birdman? I think it was. They were there for a few years with the Heat. They gave him a little bit of trouble. Couldn't quite beat him. But Pacers also received Serge Ibaka, who they waived. And Jordan Nwora, who, it's whatever. They got 3 second-round picks from Milwaukee as well. Why are you saying it's whatever? It's like, it's part of the package.
The Clippers did a few things that I like. They got Mason Plumlee from the Hornets, who's a good backup big for them.
Oh, yeah.
Realistically, he probably only plays like 10 to 15 minutes in the playoffs,
But you know what? I don't know about getting rid of Reggie Jackson, man.
But they brought in Bones Highland from the Nuggets, who basically kind of replaces Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson loved those Clippers, though. He really
Which now he's
being a part
going
of that
to
team.
the Suns.
Is he really?
Yeah, he got bought out by the Hornets, and he's probably going to end up on the Suns. I don't think it's been official yet, but
dude, man, Phoenix, what?
So no more campaign minutes. Former Thunder guard Reggie Jackson will now take former Thunder guard campaigns.
Dude,
minutes, probably.
I didn't know he was headed that way. Yeah, that's going to be nice.
76ers got Jalen McDaniels from the Hornets. They also received 2 second-round picks in a 4-team deal here. Svi Mikhailiuk went to the Hornets. They got 2 second-round picks. Trailblazers got Cam Reddish, Matisse Thybulle, Ryan Arcidiacono, who I think is going to get bought out, and a 2023 first-round pick from New York in that deal. And the Knicks received Josh Hart,
which Brunson was very happy about.
Yes, former. They played together at Villanova. Now all 3 kind of guard forward-ish players from Villanova's championship team are all in New York because Mikal Bridges is now in Brooklyn.
Hey, that is pretty funny.
Ryan Arcidiacono was also on that Villanova team, but unfortunately he was traded, so he's not with them anymore.
Say that one more time with feeling. I just like hearing it.
Ryan Arcidiacono.
Dude, that's fantastic.
I like Josh Hart to the Knicks. I think that's a good pickup.
I think so too.
He's kind of Thibodeau's. Like if Thibodeau could dream up a player, it would probably be Josh Hart.
Very Iron Man-ish.
Yes. He's he's kind of undersized for the way he plays because he gets like 8 rebounds a game. He's sort of like a small power forward.
No, that's perfect.
Player. And he'll go out and he'll be like, 45 minutes? Yay.
No
I'll
problem.
play that.
I know, right?
So Thibodeau will love him.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely going to work him without question.
Is this the time that Cam Reddish actually pans out? Because every other stop it hasn't so far, and I feel like his time's running out a little bit.
I don't know.
So we'll see.
I wonder how Damian feels about that. Just is that anything moving his needle?
No,
because
it's not. I feel like Trailblazers got worse.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matisse Thybulle, he was not really playing a whole lot for the 76ers.
Yeah.
He is really good at defense, and people kind of forget that he's a 2-time all-defensive team guy.
Yeah.
But his offense is so bad.
And that's
But Trailblazers are kind of a perfect fit for him because they don't need offense. They got Dame, they got Anthony Simons, they got Jeremy Grant. They need somebody that can come in and play defense.
Dude.
So if it doesn't pan out here for Matisse Thybulle, it's over.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think that's a wrap?
Yeah.
Dude. Hey, well.
It's probably not going to pan out anywhere if it's not going to pan out there.
Well, Portland's sitting comfortable at 12th right now. So
76ers got Jalen McDaniels. He's a really good power forward. He can stretch the floor. He can do some athletic things for them. He's better than PJ Tucker. 100%.
Well, I mean,
so they got better in that deal. It's kind of an under the radar good deal. Clippers got Eric Gordon and 3 future second-round picks, and the Rockets got John Wall, who was bought out, Danny Green, who was bought out, and a protected pick swap from the Clippers. Grizzlies also received Luke Kennard in that deal. I like that move.
Yeah.
For the Clippers.
Oh yeah.
Eric Gordon's a good vet, and he can come in and he can give you some buckets off the bench. Grizzlies getting Luke Kennard.
That move your needle?
Not really.
Yeah.
Luke Kennard is one of the best shooters in the NBA, but he'll be almost unplayable in the playoffs, in my opinion.
Think so?
Because he's bad at defense.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you kind of need to play defense in the playoffs.
So he'll probably get like 15 minutes or something in the playoffs night, maybe.
Yeah.
Because he's just not good at defense. This is the real blockbuster deal, which I mentioned earlier. Mike Muscala goes to the Celtics, and the Thunder got Justin Jackson and 2 future second-round picks for that. Mike Muscala is a pretty good player, and that's a pretty good pickup for the Celtics because you're not sure if Robert Williams can ever stay healthy. He gets hurt all the time. Al Horford's like 1,000 years old.
He's only 99. Chill out.
Mike Muscala is a good pickup for that third center in the rotation. Now you don't have to play Luke Cornett. I don't know if you've seen him in his contests of the 3-point line where he sits in the paint and jumps up and down.
Oh, yes. Hey, he said it works.
He's like, I ain't going out there. I'm going to contest you from the paint.
Just the best I could do. At one point in time, everybody was missing when he did that.
Did you see Joel Embiid?
No.
He made it, and he was like, it's like you stink or something pretty much.
Of course he did. But yeah, hey, he knows he can't come out there, so he's going to do what works.
But now they don't have to play him anymore.
But that's good.
Pelicans got Josh Richardson, and the Spurs received Devontae Graham and 4 second-round picks.
An army of second-round picks. That's the thing, man, about these picks that go all the way to like 2029. It's like, come on now.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to forget about
and it's
these.
Like, a lot of people are like, oh, second-round pick, that's like a 7th-round pick. And then in NFL, it's like, no, good teams turn these second-round picks into good players.
Yeah. But
like, I mean, it's obviously the outlier, but Nikola Jokic was a second-round pick.
Oh gosh, that's insane.
Which,
to even say
that's an outlier, but good teams get guys like the Thunder got Aaron Wiggins, who's a rotation player, or Jay Will, who's a rotation player.
Yeah.
I mean, good teams turn those into guys. Danny Green was a former second-round pick. Manu Ginobili was a former second-round pick.
I know.
I think Danny Green may have been undrafted.
Was Danny Green undrafted? I can't
Maybe
remember.
a late second.
I can't remember. But yeah, you have those occasionals that happen, but
if you get enough of them, you're probably going to pan out.
Yeah, you get your one that's and that's what I mean. That's what they're banking on. It's like if we get a bunch of these second-round picks, somebody's going to shine through.
I kind of feel like that's the go-to move in the NBA today. It's like a lot of teams think they can trade their star player like Kevin Durant and get this stockpile of picks, and maybe they'll hit on somebody, but it's that person you hit on is not going to be as good as Kevin Durant.
Oh, not at all. They can
most
turn out to be good, but no.
It's like the
generational talent.
The bird in the hand is worth more than the 2 in the bush.
That's what they say. I thought it was kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Is that right?
Yeah.
No, it's not it.
I think it's a bird in the hand is worth more than 2 in the bush. Oh,
what?
I wonder if that picked up.
Oh, it definitely picked up. You'll hear that on the video later.
It's an air freshener.
Yes, but but no, I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
But
so
what's that next?
That's about as good you can do, though. I mean, you might as well get a bunch of picks and hope they pan out.
The fact that, I mean, they knew they had the money. This is another thing I was going to ask you about. Okay, so with the whole ordeal going on over the summer with Kevin Durant saying, hey, trade me, do all this, blah, blah, that. But they ended up doing it anyway. So why? Like, I don't know. It's they end up trading Kyrie before they traded Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant asked for it before. Like, I really do want to know what's going on in Brooklyn.
I have to think that Kevin Durant said he wasn't going to play again for the Nets.
Think so?
I have to think that. Because if you hold on to him and wait until the offseason, you probably get a better offer.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, because we talked about
because almost all these deals, like, you'll get a better offer in the offseason than you would during the trade deadline.
But they were just like, we have to.
Or maybe they were just ready as like, okay, we're just done with this. We're going to wash our hands of this super team that we formed.
Goodness. Boy, that's insane, though, that it didn't work. I'm still tripping off that.
Yeah. The next deal, Pistons received James Wiseman. Warriors got Gary Payton II back. 3 future second-round picks. Sadiq Bey and the Trailblazers received Kevin Knox and 5 future second-round picks.
Did Gary Payton II ever pass his physical or any word on
I'm
that?
not sure if he did, but the Warriors said it was okay, and they're gonna go. They went through with the deal yesterday, I believe.
Okay, because I saw that and they were like, "Oh,
yeah, it was in jeopardy there for a while."
Yeah. So okay, well, if the Warriors said they rocking with him, it's all good. Yeah, Warriors go through.
I think they wanted to just get rid of James Wiseman.
Yeah.
And I feel kind of bad for him because he was drafted to a bad spot. Where he was, he played 3 college games.
Yeah.
He was raw.
Yeah,
and he's still raw.
Yeah.
But he never got the game reps to really play through his mistakes and all kinds of stuff like that because he went to a contender.
Yeah, that's a tough spot to be in. That's what I tell people all the time. It's like sometimes it may look good to go to a team, that's already ready and prepped, but like you said, you're not really going to get much in a rotation. Yeah, because just because your team is good does not mean that you're going to get a chance to get better.
So
okay to learn from them from the sideline, but it's just different, man. It's just different.
So the Pistons kind of bought low on him, and they got James Wiseman, who was the 2nd overall pick in the 2020 draft.
Jeez.
But they already have Jalen Duren on their roster, who is younger than James Wiseman and already better than James Wiseman. So it's kind of a weird deal. They also have Marvin Bagley, who was the 2nd overall pick in the 2018 draft.
Oh gosh,
they got a bunch of bigs and Isaiah Stewart.
Dang.
So they have a ton of bigs, and I'm not really sure how exactly that rotation is going to pan out. But James Wiseman's a pretty good buy low candidate. Jalen Duren and James Wiseman both went to Memphis, by the way.
Hopefully he can, get some reps and kind of see what he can do, because it felt like he never got a chance to be. You know what I mean? He just never got a chance to be.
He'll get that chance in Detroit because they are trying to play for Victor Wembanyama, which will then further add to that log jam in the front court because he's another big man.
Hey, well, they'll clean up house for him.
Yeah, you can trade everybody.
Everybody.
But the Hawks got Sadiq Bey in that, and I do like that pickup because Sadiq Bey is pretty good.
Oh, yeah, no, Sadiq Bey is good.
The Suns received Darius Bazley from the Thunder, and the Thunder got Dario Saric and second-round pick and cash considerations. I mean,
cash.
Bazley wasn't really playing for us, and he probably fits better for the Suns because he's good at defense.
Yeah.
His offense kind of stinks. He can shoot the three a little bit, but he tries to do too much. And I feel like with the Suns, he don't have to do anything on offense. He can just focus on defense.
No, not at all.
And I like Dario Saric. He's a decent big man, even though his injuries kind of zapped him. But he's going to have he's going to have probably some minutes with us because, well, we don't have Mike Muscala anymore, and we need another big man.
And y'all are currently 10th in the West?
Yes, 27 and 28.
Hey, y'all right there, man.
Yeah, we're in the play-in.
Y'all are right there. I want to be like y'all when I grow up.
This is the most nothing trade of the trade deadline. Hawks received Bruno Fernando and Garrison Matthews. Rockets received Justin Holiday, Frank Kaminsky, and some second-round picks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like none of those players are that notable. Justin Holiday did get bought out, and he is going to the Mavericks.
Okay, so he's going to the Mavs?
Yeah. And then we get to the Lakers deals, I think.
At least one of them.
So the Nuggets got Thomas Bryant from the Lakers, and in return, the Lakers received Mo Bamba from the Orlando Magic, Devon Reed, and a second-round pick. Clippers got Bones Highland in part of that deal, and the Magic received Patrick Beverley from the Los Angeles Lakers and a couple of second-round picks.
You know, it's so funny. You know how much I disliked Patrick Beverley. I mean, I had to because he wasn't on the squad.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna miss that guy.
You're not gonna miss his play.
Oh no, he played atrociously, but gonna miss that heart. I gotta admit, I always had bad things to say about him, but no, he gives it his all. Sometimes he's just all over the place and you don't really know what he's doing. But yeah, I kind of started to like Patrick Beverley. I can't believe I'm saying that out loud, but he was on my team, so of course I would. But I do like the Mo Bamba pickup.
Yeah. I think the idea of Mo Bamba is better than the actual player of Mo Bamba.
Hey, that's beside the point.
But I feel like he can help y'all.
Yeah,
because
we could use him.
I think he shoots 39% from three on 2 attempts a game. So he can be a stretch 5 for y'all. And in theory, he can protect the rim, but it never really came together for him in Orlando. So we'll see.
Well,
what
I
happens.
think,
but he does have a couple years on his contract. So you got him under control for a few years.
And I'm cool with that. It's all about getting in that right situation. Sometimes it just doesn't work out for you. Sometimes you couldn't ask for a better situation. Hopefully this is a good spot for him with who he's surrounded by. So he definitely doesn't have any pressure, I don't think.
I do love the pickups that the Lakers made at the deadline. Man. We'll further get into that here. The Lakers got D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt. And in return, this was a 3-team deal. The Jazz got Mike Conley. The Timberwolves got Mike Conley from the Jazz. They got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, also from the Jazz, and they got 3 second-round picks. The Jazz got Russell Westbrook, Juan Toscano-Anderson, Damian Jones, and a 2027 first-round pick that is top 3 protected, I believe.
Oh, it is?
So for Russell Westbrook, man, that's essentially the only player in that trade because JTA and Damian Jones didn't even play.
Yeah, they did.
And a protected first-round pick, you get D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt.
It was definitely a wonderful trade.
I feel like that's a home run deal.
Well, the thing about Russ, and it was bound to happen eventually. Mm-hmm. I think, and I text you about it, Darvin Ham has had his back throughout this whole situation. Like if anybody was going to go to bat for him, it was his coach the whole time. And then you see the video of them kind of getting into it because Russ didn't come off the court when the coach had called him over and all that stuff. And it was just like, it was at that moment that you knew that it was all over. It was like you just knew. And I'm like, that's it for Russ, man. It's just, I hated to see him go, honestly, because I wanted to see him succeed in the Lakers jersey because he is so good. And he played well a lot of the times. But boy, he played bad a lot of the times.
Yeah.
So it was almost like you either feast or famine with him because he is so good. But it was time, man. And for what we got, I can't complain one bit.
Yeah, he didn't fit the team that well. He just didn't.
But he should have.
Not really. He can't shoot.
But see, that's the thing. He should have fit the team. I feel like Russ is good enough to be able to adapt, to use his skill set, to not have to be able to shoot. Like whether
really
it's, you know what I mean? Whether it's creating easy opportunities for some, cutting in the rim.
But there was nobody to really create opportunities for because the only other players on the team were LeBron and AD, really. I mean, the rest of everybody else is just
Yeah. And even going, because to me, one-on-one, people can't stay in front of Russ. He was blowing shots at the rim like left and right, more than I've ever seen him in his career. Like that was one of the things. He could get to the basket so easy, and he was strong about it, but he just couldn't finish.
It does suck that this Lakers stop has kind of ruined people's perception of the player that Russell Westbrook was.
And I hate it.
Because Russell Westbrook was amazing. And I've seen people questioning his placement on the top 75. It's like, no, he's 100% a top 75 player of all time.
Without question.
He's a top 50 player of all time.
Dude, for real. But like you said, this stop in LA is kind of tarnished it to the point where people are looking at his play for this last chunk of time, as opposed to him averaging a triple-double, for
twice. Multiple seasons. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, I guess I hate it for him in the sense that LA was a spot where he couldn't shine like he can and should have. Because, Russ Westbrook is freaking amazing, man. I love that guy. But it wasn't working, man. Like you said, he didn't fit, but I felt like he could have. A few more shots to fall, a few better decisions, and it could have been so different. It really should have been so different. Because everybody was talking about we could have had DeMar, we could have done that, we could have done this. As well as DeMar had been playing, you still go back and look at the Bulls and what's going on with them.
Yeah, the Bulls they're the biggest loser of the trade deadline. Them and the Raptors, maybe, but and the Trailblazers.
Yeah,
those three are the biggest losers, probably. But the Bulls are because they didn't make a move,
not a
at
single
all,
one,
and they're not good.
Yeah,
you could have traded off pieces, DeMar DeRozan, Nikola Vucevic, who is going to walk after this year, or you're going to sign him back and you're going to be horrible still. Yeah. And one time throughout Jerry Reinsdorf whole time as the owner, they have paid the luxury tax. Twice, I think.
Really?
2 times. Maybe 1 time.
Man, shoot.
Saying 2 times just to be safe. So they have never spent money to put a competitor together. The Bulls are lucky. They lucked into drafting Michael Jordan, or else their whole franchise will be irrelevant.
Dude, how crazy is that? Like, for real, how crazy is that? But that's what I'm saying. It's so many things can play out differently, because you talk about if the Lakers would have got DeMar DeRozan, who's to say it would have worked?
I don't think it would have, because he didn't necessarily fix the problems that you had.
That's what I'm saying. So everybody was talking about, oh man, should have got DeMar instead of Russ. Crap, it could have been flipped. It could have been completely reversed, and people could have been saying, oh man, imagine if they would have got Russell Westbrook. Can you imagine Russell Westbrook playing with LeBron? That would have been so crazy, but it just didn't work out. And I think as pretty as it looked to have DeMar DeRozan, I don't think, like you said, I don't think it would have worked out as well as a lot of people think it may have, just because how bad we have been playing. But those Bulls, they're in a situation right now, man.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. They're pretty bad. But back to the Russell Westbrook thing for a second. This is a tweet.
Hit me.
When historians go back and see that Russell Westbrook made the 75th anniversary team and Klay Thompson, Pau Gasol, Tony Parker, Draymond Green, and Dwight Howard didn't, explanations will have to be made, and none will suffice. Okay, first off, Russell Westbrook is better than Klay Thompson, Pau Gasol, Tony Parker, Draymond Green. The only one that has an argument is Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard, because prime Dwight was freaking unstoppable, and I'm still mad that he's not on the top 75 list. But yeah, and you're taking some good names that should have been on the list, but to say take off Russ to put them is not really.
Yeah, he's not the one that should have been taken off.
That's what I'm saying. It's so many other players that you could have knocked off and said, hey, replace them with these guys. But no, that's ridiculous, man. Right. Russ, he deserves his spot, every ounce of his spot. And it sucks that people question if he deserves that spot.
But back to the Lakers, what they did get, D'Lo, I really like that pickup.
Yes.
He comes back home. He comes back home to the Lakers.
Yes.
Maybe this time he won't snitch on somebody.
Put that phone away. But it's so funny because you just look at him, and over the years, just maturity and just his whole demeanor has changed, because he was a kid when he played for the Lakers. Let's keep it a buck. He was a young buck. So now I'm very interested to see in the long term for the rest of the season, because watching him play is beautiful. I'm like, man, it's great. But
I think he's in a contract year too, so hopefully y'all sign him back. That would be a smart thing to do, probably. But he is having one of his best years of his career, shooting 18% or averaging 18 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists on 47% from the field and 39% from 3.
Okay.
It's a big kicker. People have forgotten that D'Lo's, it's kind of flown under the radar that D'Lo's still pretty good.
Oh, yes, it has, because whenever, everything that was going on in Minnesota, you weren't really thinking about him as much because it was so focused, on Cat and Anthony Edwards and, that whole thing. But he's been he's been like good. Like he had like a little run where he couldn't shoot for a little bit.
I think it was the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And since those first 5 or 10 games or whatever, he's been like really good.
Yeah, so I'll take him with a smile on my face.
Also playing with Anthony Edwards has kind of prepared him for that off-ball role, because Anthony Edwards has took more on-ball responsibilities for Timberwolves, and that'll work out well for when LeBron James does come back.
Oh, yes.
You had Malik Beasley, who is he's hot or cold, but when he's hot, he's hot.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. When he's hot, I'll take it, man. I really am excited about the moves that we did make.
Malik Beasley the other night was 0 for 6 from 3.
Hey, don't talk about that stuff, though, man.
Yeah, Malik Beasley can shoot, and he has. I've said multiple times on this podcast that he has the best looking jump shot in the NBA, in my opinion.
See, now we got
very, very aesthetically pleasing jump shot.
Yes, I've always thought Klay Thompson had one of the prettiest ones.
He does have a good one too.
But
and then you get Jared Vanderbilt, who is one of my favorite players in the league. I love Jared Vanderbilt.
Oh yeah.
In his debut for the Lakers, he had 12 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal in 17 minutes.
Man, I'm telling you, hey, get us ready for the playoffs. That's all I'm saying.
Vanderbilt this year is averaging 8 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and he's also one of the better defenders in the league, switchable, and he's under contract for a few more years for y'all, I believe.
I'll take it, man. Right now, we're in a position to make some noise. We just got to stay healthy. Anthony Davis has to stop whining on the bench. That's a whole different story. But yeah, dude, we're in a good position right now. I'm liking the moves that we made. It's just we got to win some games and stay healthy. That's it. Just got to work our way back in, because we're in the 13th spot right now. But the funny thing about it is we're only like a couple wins out of the play-in. We're right there.
Yeah. Y'all are, I believe, just 2 back of play-in. Maybe 1.
Yeah, we're right there.
So y'all are right there. For the Timberwolves, I actually like the Mike Conley pickup, and I think he does fit them better than D'Lo because he has played with Rudy and he does know how to operate that pick and roll better.
Oh yeah.
So I like that. And then the Jazz, it's whatever. I mean, Russ, I don't know if he's going to play for them or not. I kind of figure he'd get bought out, but I think maybe it was Danny Ainge or some team rep said, well, we haven't said anything yet. So.
Yeah, I know they're talking like he's going to make his way to the clip joints over there and play with
Paul play with
George
LA's other team.
Yeah. Hey, he said, I saw something said, he don't want to go there because they share a building with the Lakers. He don't want to do it.
You know, I'm playing crypto.co anymore.
It is what it is.
The only other move really of any kind of note is the Raptors adding Jakob Poeltl.
Oh, and we also got Rui Hachimura too.
Oh yeah, that was a while ago though.
Yeah, but still, it's big time.
That is a good pickup.
Yeah,
I do like that pickup. But Raptors got Jakob Poeltl, who was drafted by the Raptors and did originally play there. They got him for Kim Birch, a 2024 first-round pick and a couple of second-round picks. Confusing pickup for me.
Why is it confusing?
Because the Raptors are not great. The Raptors are in the 10th seed in the Eastern Conference.
Hey, they're right there.
Yeah.
They're well on their way, Christian, man. Yeah. They're well on their way.
They're not a contender. They're not going to do anything in the Eastern Conference.
No.
This was the perfect time to trade off your assets and build around Scotty Barnes.
Think so?
Yeah. Like you could have traded off at least Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., Gary Trent Jr. is going to walk after this year, probably.
I feel like everybody thought Fred VanVleet was going to be gone too. I think everybody.
Yeah,
was
and Fred VanVleet is like not good this year.
He's
So are you going to like pay to keep him?
It's that loyalty, Christian. They were like, yeah, we'll hold on to you. But yeah, he hasn't been playing good this year, actually. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people thought he was going to get moved, but
because he should have got moved.
Maybe.
But then you had
strong.
Jakob Poeltl, who is a good player, but I think this is the last year of his deal. So are you going to pay him? You have to. I mean, you give up a first-round pick for him.
Man.
So, and he doesn't necessarily fix their issues because they're a big team to begin with. What they really needed was kind of more offense. Spacing, and Jakob Poeltl adds to your defense.
Yeah, it does.
Confusing move.
It is kind of a strange move. Maybe they see something we don't. Maybe they're prepping for something. Who knows?
I don't know.
But yeah, man, I don't know about those Raptors, but they said they're ready. They said they're making the moves and they're going to make this slight push in this play-in.
So I guess now we can just kind of quickly go over the standings. This will be our only episode of the week, I assume.
Yeah, probably so.
So in the Western Conference, the Nuggets are at top at 39-18. They're good. I mean, Nikola Jokic is aiming for getting his third straight MVP.
Think he's gonna get?
I think he may. It's looking pretty good. Jamal Murray's been really good as of late too, by the way. I don't have the stats in front of me, but he's playing his best ball of his career pretty much. Grizzlies are 34-22.
As much as I dog on them for saying we good in the West, even with their nice losing stack of games, they're still in the second spot. So I can't say too much about it.
Yeah, Kings are right there though.
Oh, they're right there. Yes.
The Kings are 32-24. One of the more fun teams to watch in the league. One of the best offenses in the league.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got the Mavericks, who are at the 4th seed, 31-27. They got Kyrie Irving now. They're going to be pretty dangerous come playoff time. Suns are 31-27. They got Kevin Durant now, which we said. So they're going to be pretty dangerous as well.
Pretty much.
Clippers are 31-28, 6-4 in their last 10. They've been playing a lot better.
I don't like it. But they have been playing a lot better without question.
Pelicans are 29-28. They haven't been playing very well as of late. They're 3-7. Unfortunately, Zion, man, it sucks.
So what's the official injury? He aggravated his what?
Yeah, he re-aggravated his hamstring, so he's set to miss a couple more weeks after the All-Star game. If you look at his games played over the past few years, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's
pretty bad.
It's getting into real sticky territory right about now because
it's getting into Greg Oden territory.
But see, I won't even put him there yet. But
no, I won't either because Greg Oden ended up missing. He didn't play very many games like the first 2 or 3 years of his career, and then he missed 3 years. And then he came back for the Heat for 1 year, and he wasn't.
Yeah, but it's like Zion has shown us flashes of greatness.
He is great when he plays.
But he can't stay on the court. We're going to have a problem.
2019, 2020, his first year, 24 games. Second year, 61 games. Didn't play at all last year. He's played 29 games so far this year.
Jeez.
So.
Yeah, it's okay, he had gotten back in better shape. He was looking good. But I'm telling you, man, I still feel like to be as explosive as he is, he's still a pretty big dude. Like, he's not small.
Yeah. I mean, that's the main reason he gets hurt.
Yeah, because he's so above the rim with everything he does because he's power, he's force. But dude, it's who was I talking? It may have been my wife actually, because we were just talking about just the size of Zion, and she was like, "Well, he's no bigger than Shaq." I was like, "Well, he's not bigger than Shaq, but Shaq wasn't running down the court like that and catching alley-oops and whatnot. Shaq was under the rim, slow the pace, and dominate you with his power on the inside.
Also,
Zion can do that, but he does a lot of moving." Go ahead,
yeah. Also, Shaq didn't have to come down as far either when he jumped.
Oh, well, not even close. Not even close. Yeah. So, but
plus, young Shaq, Magic Shaq, he didn't weigh a ton.
Nah, young Shaq was nimble.
He was getting up and down the court and all kinds of stuff like that, like Zion. Dude, but
young Shaq, we need to look at a weight comparison. Young Shaq,
he may have weighed less than Zion.
I think he did. Like for real. Like, if we're actually being real about it, because you could almost say young Shaq, he wasn't skinny, but you think about how big he was later on. Young Shaq was small in comparison. I think Zion may be bigger than young Shaq.
This says rookie season he was 301.
Who, Shaq?
Yeah, that seems too much.
No, I don't know.
With the Lakers, he was 340.
Yeah, that's no surprise. Like he was huge. But 301 in Orlando?
That's what it says.
I don't know about that one, Chief. Early Orlando? Nah.
Yeah, I would have thought like 285.
That's what I was thinking, because I'm thinking about how slim he was when he was breaking all those rims. But I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, it's getting into some scary territory with Zion, because I want to see him do well. And it's every time you hear something, it's just there we go again. And you don't want that to happen. But the years, it's been what? He's been in the league 4 years. This is 4th year, right?
Yep, this is 4th.
So,
he's played, quick maths, 114 games.
Wow. It's not good. It's not good at all. So hopefully in the next couple weeks, because what they said, a couple weeks after the All-Star break. So you're looking at potentially coming back in March, maybe. Yeah. And then playoffs are right around the corner. Is he going to be ready? Right now,
are they even going to be in the playoffs when he comes back?
Right now, they're in the 7th seed. So, boy, it's going to get real sticky real quick.
You got the Timberwolves at 8, 30-29, 6-4 in their last 10. They're doing better.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards is great. First time All-Star. We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Warriors are 28-28. Steph Curry's out for a few more weeks, I believe. That doesn't bode that well. So I don't remember, but they played the Thunder last week without Steph, and they killed us. It was really bad. Klay Thompson doesn't like us.
Oh, he can't stand anybody.
I don't know why.
Klay Thompson doesn't like people right now, and I really like that. Klay Thompson right now is trying to prove everybody wrong again. It's like he's hitting the reset button, and like
he proved me wrong.
Y'all must have forgot. Because he said y'all just counting me out like I'm not him. Klay said I'm him.
He's him.
Dude, him Duncan.
He's playing Count Me Out by Kendrick Lamar.
Hemi Carter. What's that?
He's playing Count Me Out by Kendrick Lamar.
Yes.
On repeat.
That's exactly what he's playing. Doing a little bounce in the locker room.
I love it when you count me out. Warriors are 27-28. Thunder are 27-28. They are 5-5 in their last 10, winners of 2 straight. I think we're gonna make the play-in.
I think y'all gonna make it too. I mean, the way y'all are playing, your boy SGA is
amazing.
Bananas. Like, he's ridiculous. I think how everything's kind of setting up, because I don't see the Trailblazers. I feel like they're going to go lower.
Yeah, Jazz aren't doing anything.
Yeah.
Now, the Lakers.
We should be that team to come up and make some noise.
Yeah, but who falls out?
Pelicans.
Okay.
That's all it takes. No Zion. They're going to go, ooh, ooh. They're going to do the Neptune sound down the standings. And that's how it's going to end up.
So where do you think the Lakers end up in the standings at the end of the year?
10th seed.
They're going to be the final seed.
We're going to be in the play-in. Like I don't expect us, because let me see, what's that?
I don't expect y'all to make the top
57 games. We've played 57 games. So what's that? 25 left. So we only have 25 games left in our season. Yeah.
And you're 4 back of the Clippers in 6.
I'm gonna say play-in. That's how I feel. I feel like we can comfortably make the play-in. And, we just have to take care of business. I just want to make the play-in.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm not worried about trying to make the playoffs. I just want to have a fighter's chance, because nobody really, even though we've had our ups and downs, nobody really wants to see us in a matchup in the playoffs. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, if you can get AD right and get his offense back to what it was at the beginning of the year, because he hasn't been playing that well lately.
No, and it was that point where he was unstoppable. We were like, this is the AD that we know, like nobody can stop him. And then he hurt his foot in the air, amazingly. And yeah, it's kind of been downhill ever since then. But yeah, he has to get back right. But yeah, I could see us getting in that 10th spot, that play-in right there.
But did you see the report that LeBron has been dealing with a foot injury, and they're not sure if he's gonna get to 100% this season?
No, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Well, take back everything I just said. Honestly, if he's not playing, yeah, there's no way we're making it. If he has to sit out multiple games,
play at some point. But
yeah, but if he's not 100%, we need him at 100%.
Wow. Anthony Davis in his last 10 is averaging 22 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.5 blocks on 46% from the field. So, he's still good.
Yeah, but he can be better.
He can be better.
He can be a lot better.
Yeah. On y'all's win on Saturday night, he shot 26% from the floor and had 13 points. So,
dude,
I mean, that kind of bodes well that you won and he played horrible.
No, he shot atrociously.
Also, Rui Hachimura said they didn't even practice with the new guys, and they just went out in there and hooped. So
got out there and hooped.
You got to think if they get to practicing together, they'll be better.
Well, I always want to get some practice in, but like you said, if they didn't have a chance, understandable. But yeah, I just want to make play in.
After the Thunder, you got the Jazz 28 and 30. They sold off a few of the pieces that made them good, so I would expect them to keep falling down the standings.
Yeah.
Trailblazers are 27 and 29. Dame's amazing. He needs to run from the grind. 13, the Lakers are 26 and 31. We talked about them quite a bit this episode. 14, you got the Spurs, who are 14 and 43.
And have lost 12 in a row.
12 in a row.
That's fine.
They are trying to get Victor Wembanyama.
You bet they are.
Really bad. But the Rockets are 13 and 43, and they have lost 5 in a row. They are also in that running. You got the Celtics in the Eastern Conference atop the league at 41 and 16. The Bucks are 39 and 17. I kind of like the Jay Crowder pickup for them.
I think so.
I mean,
he's the type of player.
You didn't really lose anything for it.
Yeah.
The real kicker for them is Chris Middleton getting back to being Chris Middleton.
Oh, yeah.
Because that hasn't quite happened yet. But Jay Crowder, I think, kind of like Mo Bamba. I like the idea of him better than I like the actual player.
Yeah.
Because he's been billed as that 3-and-D guy when his 3 isn't there a lot of the times.
That's what I was about to say. Where's the 3 at?
It's like it's funny when you get labeled like the 3-and-D guy. You never lose that label, even if the shooting or the defense falls off. Like you'll always be that 3-and-D guy.
He's a good 3-and-D guys, but when? But where?
Yeah.
I haven't seen.
When does he hit these threes? When does he play this D?
Stop saying it, please. But yeah, that could be a good pickup for them, though. For real, I think it will work out for them.
The Bucks. Oh, we mentioned that 39 and 17. 76ers are 36 and 19.
What you think? What do you think about Philly, man?
76ers are good.
I feel like we're back into that. Not speaking on Joel as much as we should.
Yeah, he's been amazing.
You know what I mean? It's like dude's been playing so well and everybody's forgetting.
I feel like the 76ers as a whole have been really good and aren't getting talked about a whole lot.
Yeah.
But, maybe that's good. Maybe they'll fly under the radar.
Well, we're going to see.
Cavaliers are 37 and 22, winners of 6 straight. Also kind of flying under the radar. They started out really hot, and then they went through a cold spell, and now they're back to being really hot again.
They're back hot again. But you know what? That's a good spot to be in as far as them because they haven't dropped off. They're still right there in the hunt with everybody else and, not being talked about as much, but also still keeping your head right there in the race. So that's good for Cleveland.
The Nets are 33 and 23. They're 4 and 6 in their last 10.
Is the drop coming?
I think they're a play-in team.
I think so.
As constructed, they're a play-in team, in my opinion. I don't know if they're a top 6 team in the league or in the East. I don't think they are, but they're going to be competitive night in and night out. Then following them, you got the Heat, who are 32 and 25, 7 and 3 in their last 10. They also are kind of losers at the deadline because they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's like Pat Riley just fell asleep watching Matlock or something. He's like, the trade deadline's over. I didn't know.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm talking about our camera shot while we're recording. I'm about to turn off the lights on because it's so bright. But keep talking.
But
I looked, I was like, man, we're glowing over there. But the Heat, you know what though?
They didn't really have the assets to do anything because Kyle Lowry's contract is really bad.
Yeah.
And also Duncan Robinson's contract's really bad. And they don't have a lot of future first round picks. So it's like, I don't know what you could really do.
Yeah. Well, I guess Pat was right then.
7, you got the New York Knicks at 31 and 27, 6 and 4 in their last 10. I think they're going to be the team that gets in the top 6.
Possibly so. With the additions they made, I could see them doing a little flip-flop with Brooklyn.
The Nets, yeah.
Becoming, as Stephen A. would say, the new king of New York, even though they never put it down because they're still the New York Knicks. So
yeah. Also, Jalen Brunson's been really amazing.
He has.
Hawks are 29 and 28.
They're still they're right there.
They're good. I mean, they're sort of good.
You say they're good. That's sort of.
They're a play-in team.
They're all right.
100%.
Yeah.
Wizards are 26 and 29, 7 and 3 in their last 10. That's a surprise that they're in the play-in.
Well, I will say this. They went 7 and 3 in their last 10 and didn't see that happening.
Ever since the Rui Hachimura trade, Denny Abdia has been unlocked, and he has been playing really well. I'll get you those last 10 stats in Just a second. Okay, in his last 10, he's averaging 14 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists on 48% from the field and 37% from 3. So he's been playing pretty well.
Ready.
They also haven't played 10 games since Rui Hachimura was traded. They probably played like 4. And in those last 4, he has 16, 20, 12, and 23. So
he said he's ready.
Then you got the Raptors, who we talked about earlier, 27 and 31, 6 and 4 in their last 10. They're there.
Yeah.
Bulls, 26 and 30. We talked about them being losers.
I mean, that's the best way to put it.
They're at best a play-in team. At best. And I'm not sure if they're a play-in team.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to make it, man.
You held on to DeMar. Yeah. I mean, you could have traded Zach.
And this
What's
is
the point?
I think everybody, and that's the thing about it that gets me with DeMar, as good as he is, it's still not working in Chicago. I mean, everybody was talking about, because at one point in time, Chicago was that team.
I think last January, they were the number 1 seed in the East. And ever since then, it's been downhill.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, golly, it seems
hadn't
like
been
so
that long ago.
It seems like it was so long ago. That's crazy.
They stink now.
Wow.
They should have traded everybody and just restart from zero, but
they're not gonna do it, man. They're not gonna do it.
Their owner is not great. Pacers are 25 and 33, 2 and 8 in their last 10. It seems like the tank's in for them. Magic are 23 and 34, 5 and 5 in their last 10. The Magic, despite their record being 23 and 34, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
They're competitive night to night.
Oh, yeah.
They're also kind of a fun watch. Pistons are 15 and 43. They stink.
Are they a fun watch?
No. I like Jalen Duren, though. He's one of my favorites. Hornets are 15 and 43. There needs to be somebody do a special on how badly the Hornets are run.
Dude.
But nobody's going to do it because Michael Jordan's the owner.
Oh, man, Michael Jordan with Thanos snapped them away. What you talking about? They would never be seen from or heard from again.
He's in contention for one of the worst owners in the NBA.
It's pretty bad. And it's so crazy because it felt like they were turning over a new leaf.
It did. It wasn't that long ago. They had LaMelo Ball. They were exciting. Yes. And now it's like they're horrible.
Dude, it's bad. It's real bad.
I just don't understand what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't think they know what they're doing either. And that's the problem. They have no idea what they're doing. But
so that's your standings, and now we'll move on to some All-Star talk.
You bet we will. It's coming up this weekend. The NBA All-Star Celebrity Game is Friday, and you said the celebrities look fantastic. I don't actually have the list of the celebrities. I just have the events.
I can pull those up while you talk a little bit.
Okay, but yeah, we got the All-Star festivities. It's the week of, yet I could not find a list of who's doing what.
It's like, has that not been released yet? I was looking too.
I couldn't find one. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I wasn't looking in the right spot, but I feel like NBA.com usually has everything about everything.
Well, I feel like some people have been dropping out and stuff like that.
So they don't
like Shaedon Sharp's not even doing it anymore. Dang. And I was excited to watch him, I think.
He said, no, I'm cool. I think, and we've said it before, the dunk contest as a whole, you don't really get the biggest names to do it anymore. That's first and foremost. The 3-point contest to me is more exciting because you actually have the bigger names. Will they ever make that flip flop and put the dunk contest before and let 3-point contest be the last thing? I think they should.
They probably should.
They probably should. But yeah, we don't really have the list of who's doing what right now, but you got the skills, the 3-point, the dunk, like usual on Saturday. Then you have the All-Star game with their new format. Could you break it down?
Which is awesome.
Tell the people how it's going to work because it's fantastic.
I did it again. But
I've made worse sounds than that. It's all right.
In the All-Star game, they will be drafting the temes directly before the All-Star game. So it's like you're in a pickup game or something. It's like, hey, I want that guy on my team. I want that guy on my team. So that's pretty awesome.
That's so
and the people that will be picking the teams are Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is the Eastern Conference leading vote getter, and LeBron James, who is the Western Conference vote getter. And, you know, despite his injury, I think he'll play in the All-Star game, don't you?
He probably will.
This is his 19th All-Star because he didn't make it his rookie season, right?
Yeah. So yeah, it would be his 19th.
I think he'll play too.
It's been so much talk about players not playing and resting.
May only be like 10 minutes or something, but he'll
get
probably
him out there for a little bit, especially with so many guys who aren't playing. You got to have the leading vote getter at least get out there and get some reps up.
So the starters have already been put in stone, and I'm not exactly sure how this works out because Kyrie Irving is now in the Western Conference.
How does that work?
And Kevin Durant won't play, so he's been replaced, so that doesn't matter. But I don't know how it works.
I don't know. I guess it...
Does he just play for the Eastern Conference?
Well, I guess
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so East or West, if he's still part of the pool.
But he was a starter. He was voted a starter.
Yeah. I guess they'll tell us exactly how they're going to do it before they do it. Because I don't think it should affect anything, because between Giannis and LeBron, even though it's, Giannis picking and LeBron picking, Team LeBron team, it doesn't matter what conference they're in, though.
So in the Eastern Conference, you got Giannis, Joel, who replaces Durant in the starting lineup, Kyrie, maybe, Donovan Mitchell, and Jason Tatum are your starters.
Yeah.
The reserves, Kevin Durant is an all-star, but he won't play.
Yeah.
Bam Adebayo, Jaylen Brown, DeMar DeRozan, Tyrese Halliburton, Drew Holiday, Julius Randle, Pascal Siakam, who was the injury replacement. Shouldn't have been an injury replacement. He should have got in anyway because he's been amazing. He's averaging 25 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Tyrese Halliburton showed Wally Zerbiak he was wrong.
Hey, he said he's calling him a fake superstar or something ridiculous.
Yeah, something like that.
What the crap was wrong with Wally Zerbiak?
Why was Wally Zerbiak talking trash to Tyrese Halliburton?
I don't understand that. Like, I don't get that one bit. I remember when Wally played, and I mean,
he was okay.
He was okay.
He was fine.
But like, come on, what are we doing here? Like, that's the problem.
You were never at your peak as good as Tyrese Halliburton is in his, is this his third year?
Something like that. But no, not even remotely close. So come on, let's chill out.
All right. So in the Western Conference, you got LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Lauri Markkanen is starting, replacing Zion Williamson.
Nice.
Ja Morant is starting, and Nikola Jokic. Okay. So those are your starters. Stephen Curry is a backup, although he will not play. Zion won't play. Jeez. So Anthony Edwards and De'Aaron Fox are replacing them as first-time All-Stars.
That's nice.
And good for them. De'Aaron Fox, I think he should have made it. He was probably the biggest snub.
I think so, too. Yeah.
He should have made it. Anthony Edwards has been really good this year, and he deserved to be an All-Star. You got Paul George, who will also be. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a first-time.
Your boy.
All-Star. Jaren Jackson Jr. is a first-time All-Star also. Damian Lillard and Domantas Sabonis. Okay. So all those players that are reserves will be eligible to be picked by either Giannis or LeBron.
That's pretty awesome.
That is pretty cool. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how it kind of works out and sets up. Who's the first person to get picked?
That's a good question. I wonder. There's probably like betting odds on that or something.
No, it is. I would say, I don't know.
Out of all those guys.
First person to get picked, let's see, it's 10 starters, or I guess it would be 8 because you're not counting the.
What if Giannis picks Drew Holiday because it's his teammate?
Nah. But, I mean, he probably will eventually. But, not for that first pick. I'm going to say Joel's going to go first.
He's a starter, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I guess. But see, if
do you pick the starter?
Yeah, you pick because you have to pick from.
Okay, you're voted a starter, but you just pick anybody you want.
So like LeBron could pick Joel because remember last who did LeBron pick this first pick last year? I can't remember. But yeah, you can pick from the whole pool.
Okay, yeah, Joel will probably be the first one picked.
Yeah, you can pick from the whole pool. So that's I think he will probably be the first.
What if LeBron picks Kyrie Irving?
That'd be pretty cool. I mean, we already know he wanted him on the squad. Like he
may get him in the offseason.
Hey, who knows?
He's trying to work a little magic. He's like, come on.
Depends on what happens in Dallas.
I actually like what y'all got better than Kyrie Irving.
I look at it like this.
Y'all needed, if you traded for Kyrie Irving, you would have got just Kyrie Irving.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
You needed more than just Kyrie Irving. So I like the additions of everybody else.
I think the Kyrie pickup would have been a lot flashier for the average eyes, but I'm kind of 100% with you because all the pieces we got, it's a whole new vibe.
You needed depth.
We did, without question, and we got it. So I'm with you. Would have loved to have him on the squad, but I am not upset at all about what we got.
So this is the celebrity game.
Okay, hit me.
I haven't actually tuned into the celebrity game in a few years because I feel like the celebrity part has been kind of lacking.
Oh, dude, I don't know anybody, so you're about to have to learn me if it's some people I don't know.
You got Kane Brown, the country music artist.
Okay, I like him.
Corday, the rapper.
Him. Yeah,
he's diet J. Cole. I feel like that's accurate.
See, okay, but you know what though? I feel like I like Corday. He has a nice flow.
He's fine.
But Diageo, that's funny. That's hilarious. But I like Corday.
I do too. But Diamond DeShields, she's a WNBA All-Star. Calvin Johnson, Hall of Fame wide receiver in the NFL. Marcos Mion, I don't know who that is. The Miz, WWE. Albert Pujols.
Oh, wow.
Everett Osborne, I don't know him by name. He's an actor. Ozuna, rapper. I don't know who that is.
I have no idea who that is.
Guillermo Rodriguez, ABC's Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Seneca Walls.
Who?
I feel like I'm saying that wrong. I'm thinking of Seneca Wallace, who used to be a quarterback. I don't know who that is by name. And then you got Team Dwayne, who is Dwayne Wade's team.
Yeah.
Nikki Jam. Don't know who that is. Latin global music icon and actor. Jesser, he's a YouTube. I've seen his content before. Simu Liu, who is a Marvel guy. He was Shang-Chi.
Okay. That's his real name? I couldn't remember his real name. Yeah.
Hassan Minaj, comedian. I've seen his stand-up before. Yeah. DK Metcalf, wide receiver.
Okay.
Janelle Monáe.
Oh, hey, that's my girl right there.
Enrique Ungbowale. I feel like I'm butchering that, unfortunately. Enrique Ungbowale. I'm not going to say it. I feel bad. I feel bad mispronouncing her name. She used to play at Notre Dame. I do know that.
Okay.
She's an all-star for the Dallas Wings. 21 Savage. 21. I need him to get 21.
There's no way he's scoring 21.
That would be cool.
There's no way. He may score 2.
Ranveer Singh. He's a NBA brand ambassador for India. Francis Tiafoe. He's a tennis player. Alex Toussaint, Peloton coach.
Okay, the Peloton. Hey, I know people who love those Peloton, so they'll probably be excited.
So those are your NBA Celebrity All-Star. I don't know why we don't have.
It's insane.
NBA Slam Dunk participants.
We're a week out and
it's ridiculous.
Know who's doing what.
We should have this. Oh, I think I found it.
No, you didn't.
This is February 3rd, though, so we could be a little wrong. Damian Lillard is reported to go in the three-point contest. Slam Dunk contest, KJ Martin is reported. Mac McClung is reported. Trey Murphy, I don't think he's doing it anymore. And Shaden Sharp, I don't think he's doing it anymore either.
We need an updated list. I'm going to assume they give it to us this week.
This is 12 hours ago. Let's see.
What are we talking about?
This says Kenya Martin, Mac McClung, Trey Murphy, and Jericho Sims.
In the dunk contest?
Yeah. Okay. So I would pick Kenya Martin Jr. out of those guys.
Yeah, I would too.
Let's see. Is there a three-point contest? This is ridiculous.
Hey, but that's all right though, because that's the whole thing. It's for some reason they're making it harder to find because these guys aren't locked in. Because once they're locked in, it's plastered on everything.
So this says the three-point contest, according to Fansided. Don't at me if I get it wrong. Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, Damian Lillard, Anthony Simons, Lauri Markkanen.
That's what they say. 3
more contestants have yet to be announced.
Okay.
So
all right. But see, still, even those guys were hard to find that they were doing it. So
I have no idea why they've made this so hard to find.
I'm telling you, because they don't want to officially say it because these guys aren't committing. They've probably been saying, hey, yeah, we're going to go ahead and lock you in. And be like, I don't even know, man.
I don't see anything about skills challenge.
I don't see. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like they're waiting up to the last minute for them to actually have something official. But that's what we're going to go with. I'm sure after you hear this podcast, you'll be able to find it easy on NBA.com. I'm sure. But yeah, right now they're just making it so hard to find. I don't get it.
So I think that's it. I think we've covered all the bases.
But I got something for you.
Oh, yes. It's been so long. I forgot about this.
I know. Let me see if I can.
We got to do this every week now. We got to stop missing episodes.
No, we got to get right, man. We'll get right. All right, here we go. Let me see. Make sure we do this right because last time it was like so loud.
We're experimenting and it's kind of weird.
But it's fun. I enjoy it. Plus, people can see us actually trying to figure this stuff out, so it works out even better.
It's time for what organization is this athlete associated with?
Okay, I'm going to bring it down real low.
Yeah, just all the way almost.
All the way? Okay, because last time it was like screaming, I think, while we were doing it. Okay, since we're talking All-Star Weekend festivities, I feel like I've done this one time. A lot of times, some of these start to run together, but sometimes the numbers may change because players do more things as the years go by. All right, there have been 14 players with multiple All-Star MVPs. Oh, yes, there have been 14, And now
wow,
it's named the Kobe Bryant Most Valuable Player Award, which
Kobe Bryant,
yes, sir,
is one of his.
Yes, Kobe Bryant is one, and I'll actually go ahead and give you a check because he's won it 4 times. There's one other player who also won it 4 times. It's Bob Pettit. I'll go ahead and check that off. I'm not even going to
come on. You're not.
What's that?
You don't think I would have got Bob Pettit?
Well, because I was going to knock out the guys in the 50s and the 60s, even though there's only
Elgin Baylor, one of them.
No, Elgin Baylor is not.
Is Wilt Chamberlain one of them?
No, he is not. They were
okay.
Yes, but they are.
Bill Russell one of them.
Who?
Is Bill Russell one of them?
No, he isn't. That's what I'm saying. So, but okay.
Okay, who are the guys in the 60s?
Okay, big old Oscar Robertson.
Okay.
He was one of them. He got it 3 times in 61, 64, 69. And I'll take Bob Cousy off as well. He got it twice in 54 and 57. So, yes, I'll check that out. But now, everybody else was a couple of 80s guys on here, but you may get them. But, yes, they are. So, it's 10 other players.
Magical Johnson,
yes. He did get it twice in 90 and 92. But, yes, it's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. MJ, yes, he got it 3 times in 88, 96, and 98.
Has LeBron
James got it 3 times in 06, 08, and 2018. Only one other player has gotten it 3 times that's left. There's a bunch that's gotten it 2, but I just want to let you know.
Kyrie Irving got it 1 year. He hasn't done it twice, right?
Correct.
Okay.
We're talking Most Valuable Player awards, multiple awards. One player got it 3 times, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more guys.
Steph
did not.
He had like 16 threes 1 year, didn't he?
It was something ridiculous. It was insane.
That was a couple years ago.
Like, yeah, I think
it was 16.
Was it?
I think so.
That's insane. Really? 16?
All right. Dr. J?
Dr. J, yes. Now I left that one alone. I was like, I'm gonna let you get that one. That was in 77 and 83. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys who's gotten it twice.
Trying to think of guys that would have like been electric. Would have been, above the rim and stuff. Vince Carter?
No. I'll give you one clue on one guy, which is kind of a gimme. He actually tied with somebody. So they shared the MVP award. And it was a beautiful thing. I get choked up just thinking about it.
This sounds familiar, but I don't remember.
It's my 3rd favorite NBA player of all time.
Shaq's your 2nd, right?
No, he's my 3rd. Because you got MJ, Kobe.
MJ, Kobe, okay.
Yep. So, yeah.
Shaq and...
Yes. Shaquille O'Neal got it in 2000, 2004, and in 2009, he got it with... So they were pulling over the trophy. It was
LeBron?
No, it was Kobe.
Oh.
Yeah. Because you remember that was like... They were both kind of in a better place. There was a bunch of smiles and they were hugging, and then they shared the award because Kobe ended up letting Shaq's son keep the award because Shaq brought it up like years ago. He's like, dude, you have no idea how much that meant. He still has it. And beautiful thing, man.
Okay.
Miss my boy Kobe. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more guys. You still got a list, baby.
All right, what era? Give me the eras, I guess.
Oh boy, that's a gimme. What's the best way?
Did Larry the Bird won multiple?
No, Larry the Bird. I'll put it to you like this. I'm gonna give you these 3 guys. This happened between 2001 and 2019. Give you that big gap right there. I know, right? That's kind of unfair. Okay, I got a clue for you. How about a clue? This was not one of those guys, but just a different clue. This guy, it's safe to say he's a bad boy.
Isaiah Thomas?
Yes, Isaiah Thomas actually got an 84 and 86. Wow. Yes, indeed. This other guy got it in 89 and 93, and he's your most hated player of all time.
John Stockton?
No, not him, but he's
like Karl Malone.
Yes, Karl Malone. I guess it's not that you hate Karl Malone, you just hate everything he stands for.
I mean,
would he be your most hated NBA player?
I do hate him. I think every human being should.
Yeah, I think most do actually.
If you're aware of his story.
Yes, it's pretty wild. All right, we got 3 more guys, my friend. 3 more guys. One of these guys shaped the, I guess, what would you say? The dress code for the NBA. AI 2001 and 2005. And these former teammates.
KD
is one.
Russ.
And Russ. There you go. KD got it in 2012 and 2019. And then Russ got it back to back in 2015, 2016. And that, my friend, with the Jim Rome trash throw. Almost. But it's almost. But yes, so those are the all-stars who had it multiple times. So Steph got it one, didn't he? On that year that he
Yeah.
hit all those insane threes.
Right.
And didn't Giannis win it once?
So maybe, I don't know.
I can't remember. Can't remember all the single winners, but I feel like somebody's about to get it for their second time.
I think I've seen that Giannis has never beat LeBron.
Oh, so he probably
hasn't got an All-Star.
No, I guess that's right.
Well, he could have been on the team that.
I don't know. Well,
he's never beat LeBron as captain. He could have been on one of the teams that Kevin Durant
That's
picked.
right. That's right. Because it was KD one year.
Yeah.
Was he on that team? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
But I know Steph has gotten it at that time. But all right. Well, I guess it's almost over.
That's it.
Oh, we got
alley-oops and flagrant fouls.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, mine are easy. I'll go ahead.
Mine too.
Yeah, because it's like I don't really have much, but I'll give this.
Alley-oops and flagrant fouls.
All right, my alley-oop goes to NBA All-Star Weekend because it's All-Star Weekend. And it's so crazy how fast time flies by that Christian was kind of thrown off. That I was like, yeah, it's this week. And we were
I thought it was next week.
It can't be this week. I almost had to think about it too. I was like, well, maybe you're right. Maybe it is next week. But no, All-Star Weekend is this week, which is fantastic. I can't wait for all the festivities. I don't plan on doing much of anything. I don't want to say I'm going to treat it like the Super Bowl. It's going to be kind of like the Super Bowl. I'm going to get a lot of food.
I always look forward to Saturday night and then Sunday night. I like watching the game too, even though a bunch of people are like, oh, the game stinks. It's like, no, the game's actually pretty fun. It's always entertaining like towards the end.
Yeah.
Especially now that they added the Elam ending where it's like, I love it. 24 points.
Yeah, I think it's great. So it's, to me, the first, half of the game, it's kind of exhibitionish, not that much.
But they're doing fun stuff, and then they actually kind of walk in towards the end.
Oh, yes. So you can't beat that. And I guess my flagrant would go to All-Star Weekend because that means
no basketball until next Thursday.
Well, and NBA season is well on its way to wrapping up. Like we only have a handful of games left until we get to the playoffs, which is sad because even though All-Star break is right around now, it's past the halfway mark. You know what I mean?
Way past that point.
And I don't like that. I wish the All-Star break was like right at that
legitimately half.
Yes, like put it right there, 41 games.
It would be like mid-January probably.
I wouldn't mind that. Maybe it is too early. What you think?
Maybe.
Too early. Leave it how it is. I guess.
I'm fine with how it is.
Yeah.
My alley, well, first off, Salt Lake City is hosting the All-Star Weekend, and I guess I can give a flagrant foul.
Yeah.
Because apparently they're going to have Karl Malone there, and they're going to make a big deal of Karl Malone being there, which is like, we shouldn't be honoring this guy.
Yeah, probably not. See, now I'm glad I told them that was your most hated player.
Also, did you see the shirt that they're selling that's Salt Lake City, Utah, but both are abbreviated? It's like they did not think this through.
But see, I don't know how they couldn't because it just hit me like a ton of bricks because I was like, okay, that's YouTube.
It's
like it didn't take that long to really like. How could you print that on a shirt or on a poster and think that was all good?
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to give an alley-oop to first-time All-Star SGA.
Hey.
Saturday night, I think he had 44 points against the Trailblazers in a win. Okay. And I don't know, can you tell me if people can see this? Is that clear?
Yeah, tilt it just a little bit. It's kind of blurry.
Is that any gooder?
Okay, there it goes, right there.
So that's a shot chart.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Every single shot was in the paint almost.
Oh, man, that's great.
So he's an old school player that I think a lot of people would like watching because he does most of his work in the paint or in the mid-range.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't shoot from three that often. He shoots like 35% from three. So he's not bad at shooting threes. He just does most of his work inside.
Oh, man, that's all right.
But he also shoots a ton of free throws.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like that, but...
Man, shoot, it's there. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right. But that's how you've been fighting fouls.
So is that it right there for this?
That's it.
This edition of Double Take. My computer just went kaput on me, so I can't... I'm trying to play something to take us out, but it won't let me.
Computers went out on us.
Yeah, and then it closed again. So I guess that's it. Are we just going
cold close?
Cold close?
You can sing for us.
Oh, you don't? No, you can sing for us. We know where the talents lie on this show, and Christian has all the smooth, silky sounds. I've heard your songs at Christmas karaoke. What'd you sing this last year?
Anytime by Brian McKnight.
See, you picking hard
songs. And then
songs
I did My Love with John Neighbors.
How did that go?
It was pretty good. It was okay.
Did you have to carry Neighbors that whole time?
Well, he was T.I. and I was Justin Timberlake.
So yes.
So I did most of the song.
You did all the heavy lifting. you did. You came in there and let them get a couple of jogs in, but you did all the heavy lifting. Let's keep it a buck. But so next time you're singing us out, right?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's a wrap for HB and Christian Weaver. Y'all have a great one.